Welcome back, everyone. I am so incredibly thrilled to have you here for the Season 2 finale explainer of Digital Mzansi. If you've been following along with us, you know we've been on a massive journey. And today, well, I am so excited to unveil a huge, season-long realization we've come to. This isn't just a summary, it's a completely new way to look at absolutely everything we've talked about so far.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Because think back to 2 seasons ago. We launched this entire journey by asking one seemingly simple question. How exactly is artificial intelligence changing our lives? We really wanted to know what this technology was going to do to our day-to-day existence.
And since asking that question, just look at the massive scope of what we've explored. Jobs, relationships, trust, loneliness, truth, identity, purpose, and even wisdom. But as we dug into all of this, something really surprising happened. The more we talked about artificial intelligence, the less this became a story about machines. Organically, and almost without us noticing at first, it became a story about us. It became a story about humanity. Because perhaps AI isn't actually forcing humanity to become something entirely different.
Perhaps it's forcing humanity to finally ask, who have we been all along? Take a second and just let the weight of that sink in. We have spent so much time looking outward at the technology, but the technology is ultimately forcing us to look inward.
To understand why, let's look at how this builds on our past. History is so often remembered through its famous inventions, right? From the Stone Age and the Bronze Age millennia ago, to the Industrial Revolution centuries ago, the Internet Age just decades ago, and now the AI age today. But look beneath every single one of those technological revolutions. There was always a fundamental human question about how we should live. When agriculture arrived, people had to ask how communities should live together. When factories arrived, we asked what work really meant. When the internet arrived, we asked how information should be shared. And now, AI has arrived.
And once again, technology is asking humanity a question. The arrival of AI is no different from past revolutions, yet it demands we ask a totally different question. Not what can you build, but rather, who are you becoming? This brilliantly illustrates the most critical challenge of our time. It's a question of character over capability.
Which brings us to Section 1. AI is becoming our mirror. This is the central metaphor of this entire explainer, and it's absolutely fascinating. Because throughout these 2 seasons, we've noticed something remarkable. AI doesn't just create, it reflects.
The juxtaposition here is stark. AI reflects us by speaking our languages, learning our patterns, repeating our stories, and amplifying our values. But in that same breath, it also amplifies our fears, our biases, our loneliness, and our impatience. Like a mirror, AI cannot create what wasn't already standing right in front of it. It simply makes our existing human traits, both the beautiful ones and the deeply flawed ones, completely impossible to ignore. It isn't changing humanity as much as it's revealing humanity.
Let's slow down for a second for Section 2. Progress is not the same as growth. This addresses what is arguably one of the absolute greatest misunderstandings of our time. We so often assume that technological progress automatically means human progress, but history suggests otherwise. So the crucial point is this. We experienced technological progress. We became better at traveling, but that didn't automatically make us kinder. We became better and faster at communicating, but that didn't make us better listeners. We became incredible at sharing information, but that didn't automatically make us wiser. Do you see the logic here? Technology only changes what we can do. Only character changes who we become, and those are absolutely not the same thing.
Now moving to Section 3, the South African perspective. Let's ground this global conversation deeply in our own context, because South Africa understands something deeply powerful about this. Our national destiny and our history have never been shaped by technology alone.
Our history has been shaped by human choices. Choices to divide, choices to reconcile, to forgive, and to build. Technology can give us extraordinary tools, for sure, but it cannot decide what kind of nation we want to become. Only people can do that. And that brings us to the profound wisdom of Ubuntu. I am because we are. Perhaps AI makes this wisdom even more important today, because intelligence without humanity has never, ever built a just society.
This leads us to Section 4, defining our human legacy. I want you to try a quick thought experiment with me right now. Project yourself exactly 100 years into the future. Imagine someone opening up a history book and reading about this exact moment, the dawn of the AI era. What will they say about us? Will they say we became distracted, divided, completely dependent on our machines?
Or
Well, they remember us as the generation that asked difficult questions before it was too late. The generation that critically questioned our path instead of just blindly walking down it.
Because these are the choices of our generation. We have the opportunity to choose wisdom over convenience, curiosity over absolute certainty, connection over digital isolation, and humanity over ruthless efficiency. History isn't watching our machines right now, folks. History is watching us.
So maybe being human has never been about being the smartest species in the room. Maybe it has always been about something else. It's the ability to love without calculation, to forgive without certainty, to create meaning where none existed before, to care for strangers, and to sacrifice for future generations, to ask questions whose answers may never actually come. Artificial intelligence may become astonishingly capable, but our defining trait as humanity has never been capability alone. Our defining trait is our profound responsibility.
So what does it mean to be human now? Perhaps it means choosing presence in an age of distraction, wisdom in an age of information, truth in an age of uncertainty, compassion in an age of efficiency, and curiosity in an age of instant answers. Artificial intelligence may change almost everything around us, but every morning, humanity will still wake up with the exact same decision. What kind of people will we become? Perhaps that has always been the real question. Thank you so much for journeying through this explainer and these past 2 seasons with us. Digital Mzansi was never built simply to explain artificial intelligence. It was built to explore one timeless question. How do we remain deeply human in an increasingly intelligent world? If that question matters to you, then I really hope you'll continue this journey with us. Because in Season 3, we're going to leave the technology behind to ask even deeper philosophical questions about civilization, truth, and consciousness. Until then, never stop asking questions.